Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about exclusive solar leads. And we'll be asking some important questions like how to find exclusive solar leads. Is a lead ever really exclusive? And last but not least, how the heck do you even milk an almond? Let's talk today. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about exclusive solar leads. I think exclusive solar leads have got a bit of, maybe a stigma around them. I know a lot of you guys have worked with marketing companies and leads say, they talked to a few people. And there's always been questions like, well, why does that happen, right? Is this exclusive lead company selling my information to multiple people? Which sometimes that answer is yes, but there's also other reasons that could happen, such as, if somebody's interested in getting to a quote, they may be getting multiple quotes. There's that thing, Articular. Wow. I'm trying to sound smart. I'm not getting there. But that thing where you talk about something, you see it, you realize it, you want to buy. Reticulation, I think is the word. Somebody quote me on that. It's like if you see something you want or like, you see more of it, right? So if somebody's interested in solar panels, they start noticing more solar panels. So you might notice more solar panel ads, right? After you fill one out. You also, because of the way Google and Facebook works, as soon as you are targeted by one ad and you click on that ad, Facebook goes, oh, let's show this person a lot more of those types of things since they seem to like them. So there can be different reasons that happens. So I want to start kind of on that point. Is a solar lead ever really exclusive? Depending on how it's generated, the answer is yes. Prospect Bacon, we're a done-for-you marketing agency. We run ads out of your business manager. So like a client working with us, we're running ads from their Facebook page and there's ads manager. They're getting leads directly into their CRM system. So there's no opportunity for a lead to go outside the funnel or to be resold or reshared. So in that situation, either the person filling out the lead is already getting multiple quotes, or they saw an ad or two after, decided to get multiple quotes. Maybe somebody door knocked them, maybe somebody they were talking to said, oh, my cousin, is a solar rep. There's a lot of ways people, can be getting multiple quotes. But any way you get an exclusive lead, I think you're a lot less likely to be shocked than you are than going through like a third-party lead provider where you're actually doing the shared lead thing. So we'll use Angie's List. They're a pretty big company, easy to talk about, right? So if you're getting like a non-exclusive lead from a lead provider, that lead is being resold at least 5 times. And I think what a lot of companies don't tell you is most of these companies that sell shared leads are not the data generators. And so what do I mean by that? So what I mean is a lot of lead and marketing companies in exist are more like data brokers or aggregators. So they buy data from certain people and then they broker that data. So like Angie's List does not generate most of the leads that they distribute. They buy them from other providers. And so if they're buying a lead from another provider, well, is Angie's List buying an exclusive lead or are they buying a non-exclusive lead? Because that lead could also be sold to other people. So it's kind of a rabbit hole. There's a lot of places things can go. With the new telemarketing communication laws coming out early 2025, which says that blanket consent is no longer going to be allowed. Essentially, lead providers or solar companies wanting to contact data or leads will have to have explicit one-to-one consent on each lead they're contacting, which means you actually won't really be able to buy non-exclusive leads anymore. We'll see what creative loopholes people come up with, but right now it's looking like that industry is going to have to do some massive pivoting to continue existing. So first I want to talk about the scalability of exclusive leads versus shared leads. So if you're buying shared leads from a provider, a lot of times what happens is you really don't have any control over volume, right? Because if you're buying from somebody who's not running like a straight ad campaign and pretty good at it, essentially what you're going to see is you're going to give them more money or raise your budget for bidding, and you're not going to see more leads come in. And so if you're buying in certain areas, right, there's a certain amount of demand, right? So let's say you're buying from a lead provider. They're saying we provide leads via SEO. Well, you can't really buy SEO leads from Google. That takes hard work and ranking your website. And you're basically limited by the amount of people searching for the keywords you're ranking your website for in that market. So you're paying a provider more money or telling them you can spend more money if they have leads for you. They're not able to increase that demand artificially. And it takes like hard work, and eventually you'll be capped due to the demand of the market. Versus an exclusive lead, if you play a company, I don't know, like Prospect Bacon to do your marketing for you, we are artificially creating demand. So the same way you send that door knocker out to generate interest in a product, we're doing the same thing with online advertising. So there is a cap to advertising in that way, but it's a lot harder to hit that cap than it is through like SEO or buying shared leads from multiple vendors. I think another thing with the scalability, there becomes a thing where when you're paying for a lead straight up, they're not really incentivized on the quality of a lead versus if you're working with a marketing company you have a relationship with, right? Our goal is to work with our clients for years. And so when you're working with somebody in that type of relationship, it also, I think aligns the provider more with the marketing company. So I think exclusive solar leads are a lot more scalable. I do think shared leads can have their place. I've seen some companies use them, work them really well. But if you are not set up to aggressively work leads, you do not need to be spending money on shared leads. All right, so next we're going to talk about competitive advantage. So when you're paying for an exclusive lead rather than buying a shared lead, if you're working with a company like Prospect Bacon, our job is to position you as the expert. And so what we mean by that is, like, if we're running a branded ad and a branded lead for your company, leads are coming through expecting to talk to your business, ABC Solar Company, versus just expecting some random solar quote or like whatever the best price is. And so by having an exclusive lead where you're positioned as the expert, that lead is expecting to talk to somebody from your business, from your sales team, and expecting an install from your install team. That lead is just a lot more sold on working with you as a business versus like a shared lead who's being sold on something like get the best price from 5 different competitors. So a big thing too with shared leads is you don't really have control over what the advertising is saying or what the offer is. It might be get the most bottom dollar quote available, fill out this form. Well, you're going to be, fighting on price with 4 other providers, emailing quote after quote after quote. It's going to be one of those kind of jobs versus an exclusive lead where you're set up as the expert is definitely going to be setting your company a lot better up for success. On to the next point, we're going to be talking kind of like weaving right into this next point. So along with making you the expert, an exclusive solar lead also sets you up for a higher ROI on your investment. So what do I mean by that? Well, you're not having to race to the bottom. If clients aren't filling out an ad that says, hey, we're going to send you 5 quotes so you can go with, the best, most value, the cheapest system. Well, you and I know that a lot of times you don't want to work with the cheapest person, right? You don't want to hire the cheapest marketing company. You think you want the cheapest cost per lead. We'll talk about that some other time. So you don't want to go with the lowest price contractor. You don't want to go with the lowest price marketing company. You don't want to hire the CEO who wants the lowest base salary, right? Like there's an element of quality to things you do where, a homeowner just looking for the cheapest system out there is probably going to get subpar panels, subpar work, subpar installation. That company charging the lowest amount probably isn't going to be in business in the next 5-10 years because they're just dropping their pants and winning business. So on the shared lead, a lot of times that's what people are being set up for versus, hey, work with us. We're ABC Solar Company. We're experts. And so you're not having to do multiple bids. You can sell jobs at the fair pricing you want to price it at. And you'll win more referrals on those jobs too, because you're set up as the expert. They're excited to be working with the expert. They want to refer their friends to the expert. I think a lot of times when people are considering shared versus exclusive leads, they're looking at just price, right? Hey, I can get a non-exclusive lead from so-and-so for 25 to 40 bucks. Prospect Bacon, they're quoting me like a $50, $60 lead. I can get double the amount of leads. It's going to be twice as good. Well, I mean, it depends, right? If you're making 30% less margin on your jobs, every 3 jobs, you're losing a whole nother sale. And then you're keeping your crews busy for less work. It's bottlenecking you. So there's absolutely a place for non-exclusive leads, but I believe like to get the highest ROI, you should be investing in exclusive leads. Last thing I'm going to talk about, I touched on a little before, but I think just the ability to stay compliant. There's a lot of changes coming very soon with marketing laws, and changes have been made. I see non-compliant ads all the time. A lot of people you just buy data from. A lot of times when you're buying data, I've seen, homeowner data being represented as other things. I've seen clients get into lawsuits, or people I know of, regarding illegal data. And then you just don't know what the ad or the offer is saying, right? Like, I'm sure you guys have all worked with a lead provider. You start getting the leads and everybody's like, oh, I want that solar patio, or I want that free Tesla. And then when you're dealing with that sort of stuff and you can't offer that, right? That lead was brought in with the wrong expectation that you're never going to be able to meet. So you're going to have to be doing matrix moves at the kitchen table, like dodging those objections and bullets to fulfill what the client wants. And so I think being compliant and staying legal and not getting involved in huge lawsuits is a huge plus for your company. But I also think being able to set the expectation from the front end and match it all the way from setting the appointment with the lead to presenting the offer either virtually or at the kitchen table, from site survey to install. All of that is lining up with customers' expectations, and the ad is a representation of who you are from start to finish in your business. So I had fun chatting with you guys today. Let me know your thoughts. Smash that like, subscribe button. Share this with your friends or anybody else in the industry you think this would benefit. I appreciate you. We'll see you next week. We'll be talking about a good topic, some fun stuff. See you later.